Wherever.
Wherever?
Yeah. Oh, there's like a branch that's like just hanging. Yeah. I kind of feel like I want a branch in my hand to like, but yeah, okay. Every stuff I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm the wife. I have BPD, which borderline personality disorder. I was diagnosed in December 2023, when I was 30, so yeah, just before my 31st birthday. Took a few years to get a diagnosis. The system, like with COVID and everything, it was taking much longer because there was an influx in people with wanting to get a diagnosis with their mental health. So, which, like, fair enough, you know. I feel like if you feel like you have something, a diagnosis does help. It gave me confidence in myself, which sounds weird. Yeah, when I got diagnosed, it was like I was torn between so angry because it's like it was so clear that this is what I had, and yet I wasn't believed for so long. And then it's like, oh, this is what I have now. Okay, this is enlightening. I can now do what I can to work with this, you know? So if you feel like you want to get diagnosed, I would get diagnosed. If you don't want to get diagnosed, don't get diagnosed. It's whichever, really. But yeah, I veered off.
It's alright. I do it all the time. So
Yeah.
what is BPD then?
So there's 9. So BPD, yeah, so borderline personality disorder. It's basically, in my head, I feel like I'm borderline a shit ton of stuff. But it's mostly, it's partly genetic and it's partly environment. So due to childhood stuff, a gene in my head was switched on, and I essentially became in survival mode my entire life, which triggered loads of stuff in my brain. And it's like I have, for me personally, so it's like BPD, any ADHD, autism, OCD, all of that kind of stuff, any neurospicy thing, it is shown, it's as individual as a person. So I could meet someone else with BPD and we will not be the same people. We will not exhibit the same things. We would not show ourselves the same. And it's, so like, this is my BPD. So this is what is unique to me. So it's like, I feel like I exhibit a lot of ADHD, autism, which is great in the fucking brain because honestly, it's like, I have both things just constantly fighting. But anyway, so the main things that you have to have, you have a large fear of abandonment. You're unable to keep relationships. Honestly, we have a distorted sense of self. We're impulsive. We self-harm. Extreme emotional mood swings, and it's like the reason that's different. So mood swings, when you say that, people think bipolar, but with bipolar, it can be over a course of weeks, a month, or like something like that. But for us, it's like, as you know, literally within span of 10 minutes, I can go from happy to distraught to euphoric to anxious to like, it's constantly back and forth. We have chronic feeling of emptiness, which, intense anger, which, and stress-related paranoia or dissociation, So it's, the more stress I get, the more my paranoia kicks in, and the more I kind of want to just go away. But in a nutshell, for me, so like with those, I'm going to say all of them, or I had all of them, which sounds really bizarre to say because it's like they are still there. But mindfulness and meditation, what it's done for me is it's literally just changed everything. It's genuinely, I am not who I was a year ago. And it's like, yes, I have BPD, but I am not my BPD. It's something that I feel like if I didn't have BPD, I probably wouldn't be here. I feel like it helped me survive my life. And I think with most people with BPD, we have had to survive so much. What was the question? Okay.
That was perfectly fine. What was the most difficult part of BPD for you?
Lonely. I felt lonely all the time. So I watched a podcast with Mel Robbins. I think it's Mel Robbins. And what's his name? Dr. Garbutt Mate. It might be Mate Garbutt Mate, but he was talking about trauma, and he was saying, oh, where was I going with this? I can't remember what's going with this now. He was talking about trauma and like how it affects us and like our wounds and stuff. And it's basically, for me, my wound didn't start with, like, my trauma wasn't the experiences I went through. My trauma has been the wound it caused and the fact that I couldn't go to anyone. And when I did go to someone, it was disregarded. It was pushed aside. I was told how I've tried to express that I don't feel okay all my life to so many people. I would be told I don't care. It's not that bad. It's just in your head. That didn't happen. Oh, you need to get over it. All that kind of stuff. Everyone feels this way. Oh, it's your hormones. And literally, I just felt so lonely. And I just wanted things to be gone. I felt I was nothing. And I just wanted it to end. And that's when the emptiness would kick in. I spent most of my life probably dissociating. I have memories, but there's not a lot really. So yeah, I spent most of my life just dissociating, trying to like just be present. Oh, there's a bumblebee. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's the loneliness, because loneliness, and which everything tumbles down. Like everything with this is connected. So it's like when I have like my low self, like with the loneliness, I then have low self-worth. And it's like this constant spiral of shit. So it's never like one thing. It's like everything just goes around and around and around. And probably it's like the cycle of constantly just like low self-worth, wanting to hurt myself, lashing out, feeling guilty that I've hurt myself and lashed out. So low self-worth, feeling guilty, hurting myself. But again, it was mostly just like I was going through all this and I had no one. Or at the time I thought I had no one. But yeah, I didn't have anyone to help.
So presumably the loneliness was before the diagnosis.
Yeah, so this is essentially like even though I was only diagnosed at 30, I've had this my entire life. I feel like with a lot of people, when they get diagnosed, people just assume, oh, you've only had it since you were diagnosed. It's like, no, I've been dealing with this all of my life, but I've had to learn to pretend I'm okay, to make other people feel okay, because if I show I'm not okay, they're not okay, and I can sense they're not okay. And I feel like, especially like a lot of spicy people, we have to go through this, and it's like, once you're then diagnosed, oh, you've had it since you were 30. No, I've had it since I was a toddler. Because that's it as well with this. With most of these like diagnoses, or like with these spicy, we do have this from like before any event happens. And that's how we can become a target for stuff, because we don't act normal. What the fuck is normal? But it's like, yeah, so yeah, I've had it all my life.
So in terms of difficulty then, the loneliness was prior to the diagnosis. So would you say it was the same issue after the diagnosis or something else?
There's still been, after the diagnosis, I wanted my diagnosis because it was like, oh, if I have this, it's going to show that I'm in pain, because, like I said, I have been trying to speak how I feel to certain people in my life, and again, it's just like, don't matter, because I don't have a physical wound that people can see. So when I say I'm struggling, oh, you're fine, you'll be all right, like, just not hearing, basically. And then when I got my diagnosis, I thought that was going to all change. I thought it would be like, with other people anyway. With me, it changed me, but yeah, so with other people, but it's still just like, because I can high mask. Like literally I can be around people and they have no idea that inside my head I'm screaming. But for the most part, with the people it mattered most to me to have my diagnosis, obviously this does not include you whatsoever, it just still doesn't click in their head. And they'll say they understand, they say that they know mental health, they say all this kind of stuff, but it's like, but you still expect me to act a certain way and I'm still not able to fully express myself around you. So it's still lonely with them. But for me, since I had my diagnosis, like, I learned that I accept me, and that has made it less lonely. Like, with like meditation and mindfulness, I've learned I am my one person. Like, yes, I have you, and you are like my twin flame, but you are my person outside of me. But even if you're not with me, I still have me always. So it's like, I will never be alone again. I will never be unloved. I will never be unwanted. I'm always going to have me. I'm always going to accept me. I'm always going to love me. I'm always going to just be there for me. I'm my support system. And yes, it's really good having a support system outside of yourself. Like I have you, I have my therapist. I have got family who do accept me for me. But no matter what, because I am the one who lives inside my head all the time. I am the one who hears the thoughts. I am the one who has to like regulate myself on a regular basis. So if I have me always, I will always be okay.
You said that the diagnosis didn't give a change that you wanted.
Yeah.
Externally, but you said it changed you.
Yeah.
How did it change you?
I'm not crazy. I realised that like, yeah, I'm not crazy. My brain generally does just function differently. Like I said, I've been in survival mode all my life to the point I couldn't leave the house. I would be anxious to go anywhere. I couldn't even go shopping on my own. So it's like, it was recognition to myself that I had just been exposed to things that someone shouldn't be exposed to, and I did the best that I could to live and to survive. And it's also a case of like, I'm not a victim. I have survived, and I have survived my worst days, and I'll keep surviving. And I do feel like I have survived because of how my BPD brain has worked to keep me alive. And then I actually I love my brain. I love how I feel. I am highly sensitive. I feel everything. But with that, like, obviously feeling shit is like, it's extreme. Like, it's not just happy and sad. Like I said, I'm depressed or euphoric. But yes, that depression hurts. But now the fact that the depression's so intense, it makes the euphoric and the joy so much more intense. And now I'm learning to understand how everything is. I feel like I'm not really answering your question, but like how it's changed me is, once I learned that was my diagnosis, I dived in and did so much research. I learned why I have certain things function and why I act certain ways. And it's like, okay, so I'm not keen on this characteristic, like the mood swings. I'm not keen on having the world around me affect me so intensely. I would like to be able to have some form of control, like not control, but like I want to be able to regulate how I react. I don't like being reactive, because when I'm reactive, I don't say the words I want to say. I say the first thing that comes to my head, and it's like, it's not even that. Like I don't feel like I'm quite harsh with my words. I feel like I've become very, I dissociate and stuff, but that's it. I don't want to dissociate. I want to say exactly how I feel with the exact words I want to say it, instead of just becoming upset or crying instead of like, because I'm angry or frustrated, like, because I feel like once you start crying as well, people are just like, oh my God, no, she's emotional now, we can't do anything. I don't want that. I want people to hear what I am saying, because I mean what I say. I mean all of the words that I say ever. I don't lash out with my words, because I'm also very much aware that words matter so much to us. So yeah, it's like, for me, I just learned to accept who I am, and managing the stuff I'm not fully keen on about how I show myself, and how I feel like I'm not answering the question. It's like I just keep rambling. Also, actually gave me my confidence back, because I was no longer trying to get acceptance from other people. I wanted to learn to love who I was. I didn't want to live in darkness anymore. And when I got diagnosed, because like with ADHD or autism, you do for the most part need medication to help. Like from my understanding, you do need medication to help you with certain stuff. Like, but again, I don't have those specific things. I just have the characteristics. But with BPD, you don't need drugs. Like obviously it does help with some people. Antidepressants, not good for me. They made me I was at my most suicidal when I was on antidepressants. So when I got the diagnosis, it's like, okay, this is what I have. And then I was just looking at ways that I can heal. And not to heal so I don't have it, but to heal so I can actually live. So I can live. Because I know that this is probably something I will probably have for the rest of my life. And I want to learn to live with it as opposed to just control it or have it control me. I feel like that's the So yeah, so I learned what I had to live with. So yeah, I was no longer in the dark. It shed a lot of light on me, because then everything made sense. So much made sense, man. Like, for me, I feel like it's madness to not have seen that I had this from childhood. I mean, I was a little alcoholic from the age of 15. It's just like so many things. And yeah, and that, again, it's like when I did get diagnosed, I had a lot of resentment. And that's then things that I've had to work through, is like acceptance and stuff to deal with things. But yeah, it's helped me a lot.
So it's good that you expanded on all these questions, because it helps people understand the significance of your experience with trauma and
Yeah.
neurodivergence.
In a nutshell, I've done a lot of therapy, like a shit ton, and different types of therapy. I've done, it's not traditional therapy, but I call it traditional therapy. It's when you have like you one-on-one talking to people, talking with someone who, so therapists to me, they're not there to heal you. They're not there to give you the keys to the door. They're there to help you find the keys. And yeah, I've had 3 different types of them. I've done holistic therapy, which helps you feel. So like I said, when we dissociate, or I dissociate, so when I dissociate, it's because I'm so overwhelmed, I've cut myself off because it's too much to feel. So I'll be a robot. But it doesn't mean the feelings have gone. The feelings are trapped in my body. So yeah, so holistic therapy helps you release all the trapped stuff. I've done hypnosis therapy, I've done group therapy. And your hypnosis therapy helped me remember things that I had no idea were what actually were affecting me. And then group therapy. I had group therapy with amazing women who have been through similar things. Like, we didn't go into detail of what we did or what happened to us, but it's mostly like what we were feeling now in that present time. And yeah, I felt less lonely, because it's like, when people would say to me, oh, you're not alone, everyone feels this way, I would get so angry, because I'm like, no one knows how this feels, because I didn't know anyone knew how this feels. And I'm like, oh, I'm actually not alone. I'm not crazy. I'm not like this little thing just traveling and everyone else is fine around me and I'm breaking down because I can't handle the world. It's like, oh, it's okay how I'm feeling, And yeah, now I'm doing what I like to call trigger therapy. Oh God, my foot has gone dead. Let's not squish anything. Yeah, my foot's dead. My leg's dead, actually. Yeah, I'm doing what I like to call trigger therapy, which I do think you need. You do need to have support system for it, because it's fucking exhausting. But it started off with like going to the shops on my own and just being like, going to class, like workout classes on my own. And now I'm living with my parents, which I'm sure anyone can imagine. It can be difficult. And even though, so there's this phrase I like, if things are good, accept it, let it be good. If things are bad, transform it. And if you can't transform it, transform yourself. Because I could go back into my old habits, my old belief patterns, and I can let other people's behaviour affect me. and I could then revert back to how I was before doing all this work on myself. But then that would be letting myself down. That would be a dishonour to myself, because I've put in a lot of time and effort to be able to not react and not to let someone else's emotions hurt me because it's their emotions. It's not my job to regulate someone else's feelings. So with that being said, yeah, trigger therapy, like right now, I'm not who I was. But yeah, so trigger therapy is very good for that.
So let's go before the diagnosis first.
Okay.
And let's talk about mindfulness and meditation,
Yeah.
the impact that it had for you.
Yeah.
Did you meditate at that point? Did you not?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you do? Just give us an idea
Okay.
of what you did and what impact it had on you.
Okay, I feel like I have to start when I was 25. But so yeah, I did try to myself, didn't take, and then not long afterwards, I had a psychotic break, and literally I think like a week after I had a psychotic break, I had you there, and you literally were. This man has been the greatest support that I didn't realise I needed. I have never felt. There probably have been people I have felt safe around, but I wasn't mentally capable to appreciate their safety. But with you, it was like my body was just like, this is what I've been missing from my life. And so yeah, with you, I have never felt so safe, and so safe to just not mask and just be myself and shit. But yeah, so I had a psychotic break, and I thought I had died, and I thought I was stuck in purgatory. And I was like, I don't want this, I don't want to die. And literally from that moment, I've not wanted to die. Like I said, I always knew that there was something not wrong with me, but there was something different about me. And the fact that I didn't react to things the same as everybody else. I was feeling things that not everyone else was feeling, and I was very confused, like going, why can no one else understand this shit? And you have just been there from the get-go. I mean, you helped me get off antidepressants because you saw how much I was struggling. You provided a safe space. So I think I'm very, very lucky at the fact that I've had someone to provide a safe space where I can actually say the words I want to say and not feel guilty for saying them, given time to actually realise how I want to say the words. In like, you just listen. You heard my story, you heard my life, and you didn't judge me, you didn't make me feel shit, I felt human. I feel human with you. I don't feel like I'm just this creature I've always said I felt like a traumatized cat, like a very skittish cat, because like obviously when you go near them, they're like, I didn't with you, I just know I'm safe with you. And that's something that I'm so grateful for. And that was probably for me like the start of being able to actually relax. Because genuinely, like I'm pretty sure that people understand, we feel so tight, it's like having a constant muscle spasm all over your body. And with you, I'm literally just able to like lull and just actually breathe. So for me, that's probably the first start, because it's like I wasn't able to decompress, go like, okay, there's not anything wrong with me, because you see me. If you can see me and you can love me, I'm not unlovable. So if you can love me, I can learn to love who I am. And so yeah, that was in the start of it. And then I just started to do my drawing more. I started to just being able to actually talk about stuff was helpful. I then reached out to therapy more. I then was able to, and because I felt safe when I was like able to go to a shop and feel safe when I was with you, I was like, okay, I can go to a shop and try to do this shit on my own. But yeah, and then we met your parents at Christmas, and you told me stories about your dad. And then the fact that when we saw him at Christmas, it was like just this. I felt safe with him. And I used to struggle to feel safe around men mostly. But it's the fact that he also felt like a safe space. And it's like, oh, he meditates. Okay. And then you helped me, you helped encourage me to get Headspace. Headspace, by the way, if you are scared about meditation, fully recommend it. Like, just because I didn't know where to start with meditation. And there's that many different types. There's that many different, like, the ones that I probably can explain. But yeah, there's just many different types of ways to meditate. And And so, yeah, using that. And I think I started off with like 5 minutes every day because my brain is constant. I've come up with multiple descriptions of it, but my favourite one is it's as if I've got multiple hamster wheels. Each wheel has like 50 hamsters. Some of them have collapsed. Some of them are just like doing their own shit, going in the wrong direction, and they're all shouting at each other. Like, that's how my mind can feel. And then when I meditate, it's like, oh, okay, it's all right. I'm able to like put that focus onto something. And I've like, meditation is different for everyone. Everyone will experience, it's the same as like, we are unique. Our meditation is unique. I think up to like maybe a point, for me anyway. I know I meditate much differently to how you meditate. But yeah, so that helped. And I was able to then, like, with meditation, I've learned to, if someone says something to me, I'm not instantly like defensive. It's like, I take a breath and I'm like, okay, how do I feel? And it sounds like it takes a long time, but it doesn't. It literally, like, I go, and I can respond. But in that time, I'm able to acknowledge how I'm feeling, what I want to say. I can keep calm. Like, I've had someone fully shouting at me and I'm just like, okay, you know, like, and I don't feel myself getting worked up. But then afterwards I'm like, holy shit, I didn't cry. I said exactly what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. And it was like, I'm proud of who I am. For me, journaling, I do classes mindfulness. Again, this was because of one of our friends does it and he recommended it. Or like, I was just watching him journal and it was like, dude, being able to, like, instead of, because like when I have a thought, I will fucking obsess. It will be minor. It will be a case of like, I couldn't hang out with anyone and I'll be like, oh, did I say that right? Did I look right? Did I do this and do I do that? And it's like, I'll then just start obsessing. And it could be anything. It could be things that happened 10 years ago. It could be things that could potentially happen. My mind was always on a what if, when, like all this kind of shit. And it would just be like constantly. And journaling, as soon as I wrote that thought out on the paper, gone. And yeah, it might come back, but then I just journal it again. And it just slowly, just like, it's no longer an issue. And now when I begin to obsess, it's like, oh, I'll write about it later. If it's important enough, I'll write about it later. Right now, it's not important. Because it's, again, like journaling and meditation have helped me be like here. Because even while I'm talking, I can hear everything. I can hear the raindrops. I can hear the birds. I could hear that bee. I could just see all the colours. It's like, I'm just here. I can feel every breath. You know, I see you and I see everything. I'm just here. And this is what's important. Like, when my mind wants to go there or there, that doesn't matter. That's anything I'm thinking that's not about here and now is not important because I can't control that and I can't change that. So yeah, meditation and journaling have helped with that. Also for me, especially with the self distortion, because yeah, like I've always felt unloved, unwanted, and it's not even from other people. I have not been kind to myself. I have probably treated myself the worst anyone could have hurt me, because I wasn't shown how to care for myself, but now I'm an adult, it's something that I can learn, which is what I'm doing. But I couldn't look in the mirror, I couldn't make eye contact with myself, I couldn't look at my body, I couldn't look at anything. I couldn't leave the house looking like, not looking presentable. And it would be a case of, I would be so self-conscious and and I was so judgmental of myself. I would be like, everyone else is judging me. I didn't like being looked at. Like, I would feel so insecure if someone looked at me. I'd be like, oh my God, okay, danger. And now it's like, I started using positive affirmations. And I make a point to look at myself. Yeah, that cockerel, man, he's having the time of his life. But anytime I look in the mirror now, I make eye contact and I smile like a motherfucker. It's like, I see me, I love who I am. And I say that every day. Because like when I meditate, I say positive affirmations, but it's like every day I speak kindly to myself. I don't like, and it would even be stuff like, if I make a mistake, but, oh, you're not bad. Don't do that. I don't do that. I don't feel like it's like, when you knock into something, it's like, oh, you twat. I'm not going to call myself a name, like, because that is, again, like, and it's a positive perspective is not the same as toxic positivity. To me, toxic positivity is if someone's like in pain and you'll go, oh, it doesn't matter, oh, you need to get over it, oh, it's not going to be bad, it's going to be okay, blah blah blah. To me, that's toxic, because it's like, it's not letting someone feel. But having a positive perspective, it's like, it's instead of saying this is hard, instead of going, this will pass but now it's hard, it's saying this is hard but it will pass. I'm accepting that I'm in pain. Like, for me, positive perspective is, now I'm in pain and I will feel this pain and I will then release it and I'm going to be okay. That's instead of thinking I'm in pain right now, you know? So having that change in my perspective also helps me appreciate everything now. So instead of like going, oh, the sky is grey, it's raining, that's okay. Instead of thinking that like, oh, it would have been nice if it was like sunny and blue and blah blah blah, just like, no, this is amazing, just being here now, surrounded by this, no matter the weather, no matter what, I'm honoured to be here now. So yeah, with positive affirmations, it's helped me with that. It helped with my self-worth. It helped me love my life and love who I am.
So if you were to split what helped you with your difficulties prior to diagnosis and then after the diagnosis?
Well, the thing is, I kind of started all of this before the diagnosis. So but it wasn't as I wasn't as focused on it as I was after. So like, I wasn't consistent. I did have this thing where it's like, so before my diagnosis, I used to have this issue where it's so what I found is, throughout the day, I would slowly start to feel happier. I would slowly start to feel like human. And then as soon as I would wake up the next day, I would start from like in a pit of despair. And every morning I woke up, it would be like, okay, let's do this again. And now, so that was at the start. And then I kind of started like, my first action of the day became something that brought me joy. So even if it was like just making my bed, because it's like having a nice bed, for me, I feel like, okay, that's my day started. My first thought as well, it's like, I'm awake. But I say it with like, I'm awake, I'm here kind of thing. And then I started having my first task being like, I do yoga, because I fucking love yoga. And meditate, I didn't realise that I would meditate through yoga. But it wasn't, it was kind of like I was not forcing myself, but I was being purposely trying to be present throughout every move. And now my day starts with Speckle, our cat, giving us cuddles. Every morning I get little biscuits and burrito on my chest. So, but yeah, it's kind of like, because what I was saying to my therapist and stuff when I got diagnosed, like, I'm already trying this, I just wasn't as consistent. So it was helping. But yeah, I kind of like would just dabble with stuff. Like journaling, I didn't do every day. Meditation, I wasn't doing every day, but it was slowly helping. And then once I was diagnosed, I was like, okay, I want to do this. I want to be me. I want to be able to express myself authentically. And to do that, I have these tools in place, which to me is positive, like, positive affirmation, the journaling and the meditation. And it's like, and I think before I started to surround myself with little dopamine hits. So it's like, I have rainbow film on the windows. So, cause I fucking love rainbows. I have little crystals that shine them out when it's sunny. It's like, I started to just surround myself with shit that when I looked at it, it just made me feel happy. I had bird feeders right outside the window so I could just watch the birds all day. So it was like just doing stuff like that, it helped. But yeah, then once I was diagnosed, I kind of feel like even if I hadn't been diagnosed, it probably I would have at some point escalated. But the diagnosis was just like, yeah, this shit will help me. So, yeah.
So in terms of spirituality then, if you're going to do the same thing and cover spirituality, what's your spirituality practice? When did you start? Because I know you, for example, you have crystals, you have tarot. So if you want to just say when you started, why you started.
I actually think I've been collecting rocks ever since I've always loved fucking rocks, which is also another sign that I'm a bit special. Not special, sorry. I'm a gift. Yeah, I'm a gift. So, because like literally whenever we go for a walk, we're like, oh, this feels like it's like this little, where we are, this. It's just a seed, but I like it. So it's, but yeah, I've always loved crystals. But I probably I've always been kind of, I don't know, to get into tarot and stuff. It's always been something I've wanted to do, but I never actually did it. It's with like having low self-worth, you kind of don't ever feel you're good enough to do anything. And then when you do something, you feel like, okay, imposter syndrome. But yeah, really, I kind of feel like I've been wanting to do this, like crystals and tarot for years. And then I kind of just then, when we came back in October last year, I was like, I'm just doing it. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know why I'm waiting. Like, if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. Like, I believe that if there's something you want to do, if it's not intentionally to cause someone harm, do it. Like, if it's what you want, do it. Like, you can't, in my head, I can't make a decision whether I want to do something or don't unless I do it. And then once I've done it, I'll be like, okay, I don't want to do that. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I started, no, actually, it was before that. It was when we were at your parents. Because I was not somewhat struggling with meditation, but it's kind of like, with having a lot of overthinking, I was struggling with not allowing myself to obsess with the thoughts or letting myself hold on to the thoughts when I was meditating. So I just started Googling, like, what crystals help with that. And they said amethyst. Like, you have, so clear quartz and amethyst are like the ultimate, really, in my eyes anyway. So I thought, fuck it, I just found myself a crystal, and I then sat there and I meditated with it. And my first meditation with it, I was like, holy shit, you know? And whether it's placebo or not, but it's like I was able to focus my energy on the crystal, and doing that, I was able to just let go. And my thoughts just, because I wasn't focusing on my thoughts, I was just focusing on that, and it helped me then focus through my body. Yeah, so my meditation has like changed a lot since doing all that. Like, yeah, like I said, I've made my meditation has become accustomed to me. So I've like created my own cloak with it. And yeah, tarot. Yeah, my tarot reading. I do it every day. I just do a reading for myself. And I just ask the ether questions. Even if it's like, I just need a message for the day, or it's, I have things I'm struggling with and all that kind of stuff. And I was religious as a kid. And then with everything that happened, I lost my faith. And mostly like I lost my faith in Christianity just because of stuff. And now with that, I feel like I have my faith again. I believe in the universe, and to me, God is the universe. Universe is God. Every God is all, you know, it's all the universe. It's all just, and I now have faith in the universe, and I have faith that like what it's done for me is, when you say everything happens for a reason, a lot of people take offense to that, because it's like, you know, that means like saying the bad things were meant to happen, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, life is pain, life is trauma. It just is. And it's how we respond to that trauma. It's how we will then move on in life. And it's kind of like, so with having faith in the universe, I've understood that what I've been through was meant for me, and how I have come through it is what was meant for me. And it's not like about, oh, you get what you deserve. It's about, I was bred for this. I was made for this. If you think about how some people say that our spirits, when they come to the planet and they ask for like their situation, their parents and everything else, essentially, this is what I was made for. I wouldn't be here now if I wasn't made to live the life that I've lived, you know? And I am no longer scared of what the future will hold, because I will survive it. I'm no longer scared of death, because death is just the next stage in the existence of me. But yeah, it's like, I don't have fear of the unknown. I'm like, it's just, what is, what happens. And I don't know if that answers the question.
Tell us about your meditation practice.
Okay.
So people know.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, when I meditate, I would struggle with like, it's not even the fact that the thoughts arise. I would struggle with hooking onto the thoughts and like becoming so focused on what I thought. So it's like, it's developed over the year and a bit. But now what I do is I sit cross-legged, which I can't do now because my... oh no, it's alive again. But yeah, so I sit cross-legged. Before I bought myself crystals, but for birthday, you got me right in that pocket. Okay. So yeah, I have random rocks as well. They're like my little fidget rocks. But you bought me... okay, so my meditation is mostly focused on the chakras and positive affirmations. So I start with... okay, I feel like I have to try and put this in an order in my head. Okay, so beforehand, I would just start with sit cross-legged. I would have my palms open and I would feel my bottom of my feet, my toes, and I would then move up through my body. And I imagine that it's a light moving through me and moving all the way up. It goes up my legs, up my back, down my shoulder, or down my arms, through my hands. Then I would start to do the chakras and say positive affirmations till I got to my crown. And then with that, you got me crystals that go with each chakra. So now what I do is before I meditate, so I hold them in my hand. I will close my eyes and I would just feel. So this hand is what you bring in and this hand's what you let go. So I will feel whatever feels right. I pick up the crystal, keep it in this hand, do the same, pick up the crystal. So it's like, say if I had... okay, we're not doing that. Okay, I don't know what the crystals are either. I think that's a jade, but other than that, I don't fully know which ones. There's an amethyst in there, but it's like, so this one represents love, which is your heart chakra, words. And this one I think is actually a rose quartz. This represents the crown. So with how it is, I do all the breathing, and then you mentioned that breathing technique, which is 7 breaths through your... but I don't want to count while I meditate. So what I do is I would breathe in through my crown, out through my third eye, breathe in through third eye, out third eye, throat, breathe in through throat, out third eye, until I get to the root, because you have 7 chakras and there's 7 breaths you need to do. And then once I've done that, I would then spend the time focusing, breathing in through my crown and out through my heart. And then in through my crown, out through my heart. And sometimes it'd be down, up. It's whatever kind of feels right. But yeah, and for me anyway, what I try to do is, if I have a thought, I don't latch on to the thought, because like I said, my brain just goes through it. But it's a case of when I do think, I don't go, I shouldn't be thinking, or it's like, I don't latch on to it. I kind of just go, okay, it's what Sadhguru, no, it's not Sadhguru. Who was the book with, yeah, so with him, he says it's like, you look at your thoughts like a child, just laugh at them. And I literally now can be like, okay, like, I've had this thought, because I also get intrusive thoughts, which is like, yeah, so it's one of those. So yeah, my brain a thought will pick up, and it's like most people, like, we just have thoughts, and instead of latching onto it and thinking negative or positive or just like whatever, it's like, it's just a thought. The thought's not what's important in that moment. The moment is me feeling, and even though if these are placebo, I don't give a shit because they work for me. It's like meditation, journaling, therapy, crystals, my tarot, they're all tools. Like, it's all just a tool to help me unlock who I am. So yeah, it's if you honestly, if you feel like you need something to hold on to, I would try it. It doesn't even have to be crystals. It could be just a ball, it could be a pencil, it could be anything that, like, because when you hold it, because like what I find now is I feel like I don't meditate probably 24/7, but I meditate a lot. Like, I'm always conscious of like what I'm touching, what I'm wearing. Like, I can feel the back of my shoes. It's like I feel everything. So if you're someone who does have a lot of stimulation, having something to help you with the focus. And then yeah, I also actually, so with now, what I found is is when I do meditate, I get a lot of body sensations. Again, it's not like, not everyone, like Isla said before, is you shouldn't have any expectation when you meditate, but what I get is I shake, like I cry and I laugh and all this kind of stuff, and it's like when I start crying, I have to just let that cry happen, because a lot of the time if I start to cry, I'm like, it's not the right moment, I can't cry at this point, so I shut it off, which isn't a good thing. Like if I need to cry, I need to let myself cry, you know. So in meditation, when I'm crying, I cry. But I've noticed as well, I start to shake, like either my hands will shake, but it's like it will come up my spine, and then even now I can kind of feel it wanting to do it. It's like, for me, it's a release. It's just your body is just releasing tension. I'll even yawn, and now if I mention yawning, I want to yawn, but I'll even yawn. And to me, if you look at animals, when they want to release tension, they shake or they yawn. And so it's like, if I need to just let it happen. But yeah, that's how I meditate.
So now, from everything that you said, what do you think should be the main thing that people that want to practice, that people with neurodivergence that want to practice
Meditation
and meditation and spirituality, what's the most important thing they should take from everything you said?
Meditate. Like, so I self-sabotage still. It's like we went to my brother's for over a week, and it was the best week I have, genuinely. With everything that's been going on in my life, I felt free, I felt relaxed, I felt so good. I was around my brother, his wife, children, like my nieces are the best little munchkins. But yes, I felt just pure happiness while I was there. And then when we went back to my parents, it was kind of like back to reality kind of thing. And I felt so lonely, I felt so sad. And I just stopped doing things. I wasn't waking up early to work out. I wasn't, like, literally at my brother's, because I also wasn't working, which is bliss. I was drawing every day, and I didn't draw, and I wasn't journaling and all that kind of stuff. But the one thing I did do every day was was meditate. I was still making myself meditate every day. And yeah, like I said, I self-sabotage, and I believe like we self-sabotage either because we're overwhelmed and we can't do stuff anymore. So it's our body basically telling us we need to relax, but you need to relax in like the right kind of way. Like, don't just stop shit altogether, because then it's difficult to get out that pit. Either also because you're not actually living authentically, like you're not living the life that's actually meant for you. Like, I thought I wanted to be a manager. Fuck that shit. No thank you, I'm good. It works for some people, not for me. And so that was burnout a lot of the time. So again, self-sabotage, not for me. And then there's a third one, which I can't fully remember now. So what have I said? Exhausted, not living authentically, or it will come to me at some point. It is what it is. But anyway, so there's reasons why we self-sabotage. And yeah, so normally when I self-sabotage, it would be like, it slowly creeps up on me, but I'm not aware, like, I don't do anything about it. It's either it's been a few weeks and I'm like, shit, I've let myself down, or it's I've not even let myself down. It's all a learning experience. Okay, yeah, every experience, whether it's good or bad, is a learning experience. But reflecting, all that kind of shit. Anyway, but yeah, so with this, because I was meditating, I was still just like, I was able to not let myself fully fall into the pit, and I was able to pick myself up after a week. And now it's like I've been the most consistent I've been in 3 weeks. Like, I just have. And even though I'm just like going, I can't be asked to work out this morning, I go, no, you woken up, just go do something. It doesn't have to be the full thing. And then when I start to do it, I'm like, oh, I can just keep going, you know? So yeah, I would recommend meditating. And it's helped me with, like, I don't know if it's just the meditation or the positive affirmations as well, but it's helped me be more committed to myself. It's helped me breathe. It's helped me respond to the world I live in instead of just constantly living reactive. I'm able to relax my nervous system. Like, yeah, meditation for me is like, I only started with 5 minutes. I think I was doing 5 minutes for like a good few months. And then it was like, okay, I could do longer. So I did 15 minutes, and it's like, okay, I could do more. And then I think it was one of the times, it was I'm going to say over a month ago, I was like, I did half an hour. I was like, I feel like I could do longer, and you went to do it. And I was like, now I can do 50 or 45 minutes. And sometimes I'm even like, I could probably do longer, but time is, so it's just, yeah, meditation.
And I want to ask the same thing, but to everyone overall,
Yeah.
people that don't have neurodivergence,
Okay.
people do have it, would you say it's the same thing?
Yeah. I think like, yeah, I do think meditation is key. To be fair, it's like meditation and journaling, they're both, I think individually everything is great, but when you because everyone's experience in life is unique. How, like I said, life is it's traumatic, and how we experience it is all individual. So everyone's needs to exist in this world is unique and individual. So I kind of feel like it's not just a case of you have to journal, you have to meditate. It's a case of, I personally think everyone should try everything. Try all the different types of therapy. Try all the different like journal, sing, dance, do holistic, like meditate. Try everything, and then you're going to find the combination of whatever that works for you. It's like, so, because like for me, I wouldn't be able to express my emotion. I wouldn't be able to release emotions if it wasn't for holistic therapy, you know. So it's like, yeah, I would recommend just trying everything. Fuck it. And if you don't want to do therapy, the reason you don't want to do therapy is the reason you should do therapy. That's how I see it. Like, I know a lot of people who say, oh, they just don't like the thought of talking to someone. And it's like, well, that's why you need to fucking talk to someone. You don't like the thought of talking to them, so fucking talk to them. Like, it will help exponentially. Like, it just, and if you don't like the thought of just talking to someone, do holistic, where you don't really have to express to someone what you're thinking. You just do, like, there was one experience I had with this amazing woman. She had me lying on the floor, and it was just a case of, I just started going, like just pushing out air and then making a noise. And like, I struggle, like I talk a lot, just very apparent. I don't like to be loud. Like, yeah, it's like, I used to move around the house like a mouse. So yeah, I would struggle with that. And she literally got me yelling and screaming, and I was screaming for like 10 minutes, and not like a high-pitched horror movie squeal. I mean, like, fucking sounded like a T-Rex. Like, I was howling and then crying and releasing it, and it was like, oh, it's okay. It's okay to be this loud. It's okay to feel my pain. And I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for holistic. And it's like, now it's like, I stim a lot. I didn't realise that I needed to stim, or that my body was craving it. It's like, you've seen me, I will just fucking dance around, I will just shuffle, and yeah, I like my rocks. And that's because, especially like if I'm involved in like a confrontational situation, and afterwards it's like, I just do that, and it feels fucking amazing. Or one of them is like, you get a wall and you push against the wall, and it's just like, it's nice not feeling like, it's nice feeling that like I can release. I don't feel the need to hold on to stuff anymore because I'm not allowed to let it go. I just let it go. And if someone, like, I get laughed at sometimes, you know, I don't give a fucking shit. Laugh at me. If you think it's funny, that's fine. It's like, because for me, it's a benefit. I genuinely, it's just, yeah. So again, it's just, for anyone else, I do think neurospicy people, if you're wanting to just be less reactive, I do recommend meditation, even if it's just for 5 minutes, because genuinely being able to take a breath in a shitty situation helps. It also helps you like not do something that you would regret doing. There's a lot of stuff I've done to keep myself safe that I wish I hadn't done, but then I also can't regret, like, can't dwell on it because it happened, you know what I mean? But it's like, obviously everything in hindsight. So I know like my 20-year-old self, yeah, everything would be different. But I'm not trying to say that to dwell. I'm trying to say, for like any experience that you have then that is difficult, when you meditate, it just helps. And then for anyone else who's just like not knowing what to do with their life, try fucking everything. There's so many different things to do, so many. And if you don't want to just journal, you don't want to talk to people, like my therapist, I talk to him on WhatsApp. It's great. You know, like there's so much support and help out there. Okay. So yeah, just try everything. Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen is it doesn't help. Then try something new. Then the greatest thing will happen is your life is just going to become exactly what you wanted and what you've desired. Like my life now is amazing. Even if I'm in situations where I feel uncomfortable, I'm so much fucking happier than I have ever been in my life.
The most practice mindfulness, meditation, and spirituality.
Yeah.
What is the most profound thing to you about all of it?
I'm just great, like the gratitude I feel and the fear that's gone. Like I'm someone who lived life anxious all the time. I was always overwhelmed. I think for me it's just the fact that like everything just falls into place. Even when shit hits the fan, I'm just like, ugh. Again, I'm just grateful to exist, you know? I'm someone who, I first hurt myself when I was 9, and I kept going till I was, yeah. And it's just the utmost gratitude to exist. Then it's just, this is my life, this is what I have, I'm gonna do the best that I can for it. And it's the fact of like the realization, like regardless, I've always done my best. And yeah, sometimes my best isn't great, you know, but regardless, it was my best. And it's like, that's why I said like when you dwell in stuff, like every experience, it's good to reflect, because then it's like when stuff happens, it's like, okay, how can I learn from that? But it's not like things that happened years ago. It's like, for me, it's stuff that's recently happened, like moments ago. What can I learn from that experience? Even if it's good, it's like, okay, what can I take from that? So then keep going. And if it's negative, it's like, okay, what is it I could have tried? And then move on, you know? And I'll try it next time. It's just, yeah, I don't blame anyone for anything anymore. And even when someone's being a twat, it's like they're on their own healing journey. And even if it's like, so yeah, that's another one. Everyone is on their own healing journey. And there's it's like where we are now, there's a shit ton of paths, you know? Healing is not linear. Healing is spirals and zigzags and back and forth. It's immense. And some people haven't taken that first step, and that's okay. That's for them to decide. It's not for me to be like, you have this issue, do this, it'll help. It's because you can't force someone to look after themselves. You can't force someone to look after themselves regardless. But if someone comes to you for advice and they're willing to try and take it, then yeah, I'm going to help. But if someone keeps coming to you for something and they're not even putting in the effort for themselves, because again, it's not my job to fix other people. I will help, but you have to do the work. Like, you've helped me, but I have had to do the work. Like, and it's the same with anyone else. People can come for support, but you have to do the work. There's a lot of things actually that I can take from this, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I just feel complete.
Good. That was beautiful.
Well, watch the flowers.
Beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is the first one, potentially out of a series. So depending on how this video does, we might make more of these with other people that practice mindfulness and spirituality. If you did enjoy the video, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. This has been ailandas.sulcas and Sophie Schulzes from Productively Mindful. We love you all, and we'll see you all on the next video.
Bye.
Goodbye.